In the annals of biblical history, few figures ignite the imagination quite like Samson, a hero whose legendary strength and daring exploits have captivated audiences for centuries. Destined for greatness from birth as a Nazarite, Samson's life was a magnificent tapestry woven with courage, divine power, and bold defiance against injustice. Picture this: a man with unshakable might, single-handedly springing into battle, armed with nothing but the jawbone of a donkey. Facing insurmountable odds, he emerges victorious, defeating 1,000 Philistines through sheer force and indomitable spirit. It's a scene straight out of a grand epic, highlighting Samson's role as an unstoppable warrior, touched by divine will. But Samson's tale is more than just a saga of brute strength and valor. It's a timeless narrative, intertwining themes of heroism and the delicate interplay between divine destiny and human choice. It is a vivid portrayal of the eternal struggle between good and evil, capturing the complexities of faith and the inevitable consequences of pursuing personal destiny. Join us as we embark on an exhilarating exploration into the life of Samson, unraveling the profound lessons and extraordinary adventures contained within his remarkable journey. Discover the rich historical context and dive headfirst into the captivating drama, suspense, and inspiration that define this unparalleled saga. Prepare to be enthralled by one of the most riveting stories ever told, Samson, the mightiest of heroes. Venture into the riveting story of Samson as it reaches a crescendo at the vineyards of Timnah, a place teetering between temptation and danger. Here, amidst the winding vines, his infamous encounter unfolds, thrusting us into a moment brimming with thrill and tension. Picture the scene: a young judge on the cusp of destiny, suddenly faced with a roaring lion. In the world of biblical narratives, lions stand as fierce symbols of formidable challenges and relentless adversaries. But on this day, fate had something remarkable in store. As the beast sprang forth, jaws agape and eyes afire, Samson, seized by a burst of divine empowerment, did the unthinkable. He tore the lion apart with his bare hands. This wasn't just a display of raw strength. It was the cementing of his reputation as a warrior beyond compare, fortifying his legend among the Israelites. Yet, this gripping confrontation is more than a mere trophy of physical prowess. It marks a critical juncture in Samson's journey. Witnessing the might within him, we are subtly reminded of the complexity of his gifts, immense strength intertwined with latent vulnerability. As this encounter foreshadows the convoluted trials to come, it sets the stage for the profound narrative of battles not only against external foes, but also internal strife. Come along as we delve deeper into the symbolic and literal reverberations of this epic moment, unraveling the threads of power, prophecy, and peril that weave together the tale of Samson. Prepare to explore the profound layers of this extraordinary event and its lasting impact on one of history's most enigmatic figures. The jawbone incident unfolds during a critical moment in Samson's life, as he faced overwhelming odds against the Philistines, who sought to capture him. Cornered and outnumbered, Samson's resourcefulness shone through when he spotted the jawbone of a donkey on the ground. In a stunning display of strength and ingenuity, he wielded it as a weapon, defeating 1,000 foes in a single battle. This jawbone became more than just an improvised tool. It symbolized resilience and divine empowerment, illustrating how God can turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. The unexpected nature of this event not only showcased Samson's physical prowess, but also solidified his legacy as a formidable leader. This moment remains a powerful testament to the idea that true strength often arises in the face of adversity. Once Samson went to Gaza, where he saw a prostitute and visited her. The people of Gaza were told, "Samson has come here," and they surrounded him with an ambush at the city gate all night long, and all the night they waited, saying, "At morning light we will kill him." Samson lay there until midnight. Then he rose at midnight, seized the doors of the city gate and the 2 gateposts, and tore them loose, bar and all. He hoisted them on his shoulders and carried them to the top of the ridge opposite Hebron. Samson and Delilah. After that, he fell in love with a woman in the Wadi Sorek, whose name was Delilah. The lords of the Philistines came up to her and said, "Trick him, and find out where he gets his great strength, and how we may overcome and bind him, so as to make him helpless. Then for our part, we will each give you 1,100 pieces of silver." So Delilah said to Samson, "Tell me where you get your great strength, and how you may be bound so as to be made helpless." "If they bind me with 7 fresh bowstrings that have not dried," Samson answered her, "I shall grow weaker and be like anyone else." So the lords of the Philistines brought her 7 fresh bowstrings that had not dried, and she bound him with them. She had men lying in wait in the room, and she said to him, "The Philistines are upon you, Samson." But he snapped the bowstrings as a thread of tow is snapped by a whiff of flame, and his strength remained unexplained. Delilah said to Samson, "You have mocked me and told me lies. Now tell me how you may be bound." "If they bind me tight with new ropes, with which no work has been done," he answered her, "I shall grow weaker and be like anyone else." So Delilah took new ropes and bound him with them. Then she said to him, "The Philistines are upon you, Samson." For there were men lying in wait in the room. But he snapped the ropes off his arms like thread. Delilah said to Samson again, "Up to now you have mocked me and told me lies. Tell me how you may be bound." He said to her, "If you weave the 7 locks of my hair into the web and fasten them with the pin, I shall grow weaker and be like anyone else." So when he went to bed, Delilah took the 7 locks of his hair and wove them into the web and fastened them with the pin. Then she said, "The Philistines are upon you, Samson." Awakening from his sleep, he pulled out both the loom and the web. Then she said to him, "How can you say, 'I love you,' when your heart is not mine? 3 times already you have mocked me and not told me where you get your great strength." She pressed him continually and pestered him till he was deathly weary of it. So he told her all that was in his heart and said, "No razor has touched my head, for I have been a Nazirite for God from my mother's womb. If I am shaved, my strength will leave me, and I shall grow weaker and be like anyone else." When Delilah realized that he had told her all that was in his heart, she summoned the lords of the Philistines, saying, "Come up this time, for he has told me all that is in his heart." So the lords of the Philistines came to her and brought the money with them. She put him to sleep on her lap and called for a man who shaved off the 7 locks of his hair. He immediately became helpless, for his strength had left him. When she said, "The Philistines are upon you, Samson," he woke from his sleep and thought, "I will go out, as I have done time and again, and shake myself free." He did not realize that the Lord had left him. But the Philistines seized him and gouged out his eyes. Then they brought him down to Gaza and bound him with bronze fetters, and he was put to grinding grain in the prison. But the hair of his head began to grow as soon as it was shaved. The death of Samson. The lords of the Philistines assembled to offer a great sacrifice to their god Dagon to celebrate. They said, "Our God has delivered Samson, our enemy, into our power." When the people saw him, they praised their God, for they said, "Our God has delivered into our power our enemy, the ravager of our land, the one who has multiplied our slain."
When their spirits were high, they said, "Call Samson that he may amuse us." So they called Samson from the prison, and he provided amusement for them. They made him stand between the columns, and Samson said to the attendant who was holding his hand, "Put me where I may touch the columns that support the temple, so that I may lean against them." The temple was full of men and women. All the lords of the Philistines were there, and from the roof about 3,000 men and women looked on as Samson provided amusement. Samson cried out to the Lord and said, "Lord God, remember me. Strengthen me only this once, that I may avenge myself on the Philistines at one blow from my 2 eyes.
Let me die with the Philistines." Samson pushed hard, and the temple fell upon the lords and all the people who were in it. Those he killed by his dying were more than those he had killed during his lifetime. His kinsmen and all his father's house went down and bore him up for burial in the grave of Manoah, his father, between Zorah and Eshtaol. He had judged Israel for 20 years. Samson's tale offers profound insights into human nature and spiritual growth. His supernatural strength, given by God, symbolizes the incredible potential within each person, bolstered by faith and purpose. However, his vulnerabilities reveal crucial lessons about temptation, hubris, and the importance of self-discipline. Samson's downfall serves as a stark reminder of how unchecked desires and disregard for spiritual commitments can lead to personal and spiritual ruin. His story urges us to reflect on our inner strengths and weaknesses, stressing the need for balance and the wisdom to make decisions aligned with moral and ethical values. In today's context, these themes highlight the importance of integrity, responsibility, and staying true to one's principles despite challenges. By examining Samson's life, we are inspired to harness our capabilities for good, practice humility, and seek a deeper connection to our spiritual beliefs. We dived into the awe-inspiring saga of Samson, a figure whose story is as gripping as it is profound. Known for his unparalleled strength and daring feats, Samson's tale is not just about raw power, but also about the incredible ups and downs that life can bring. We uncovered not only the stories of triumph, like the epic Jawbone battle, but also the dramatic personal struggles and betrayals that tested his spirit to the core. Samson's journey is a gripping saga of human emotion and divine destiny, revealing how inner conflict can forge resilience and how every choice shapes a legacy. As we bring this exhilarating exploration to a close, we dare you to ponder the exhilarating lessons of strength and vulnerability, of faith and fate that ripple through Samson's story. What can his audacious life teach us about overcoming our own challenges? If this vibrant perspective on one of the Bible's most dynamic heroes sparked a flame within you, don't miss out. Subscribe to our channel, hit that like button, and share the journey with fellow adventurers. Dive deeper into more captivating and insightful biblical narratives that resonate through the ages and into our present day. Thrills and wisdom await in our expanding collection of content. Join us and let the adventure continue.